Okay, in this video we're going to cover offline marketing methods for the affiliate program. This is useful particularly in two primary situations. One is you don't have a website. And the second main reason for doing so is if you want to create offline marketing materials such as flyers, posters, business cards, word of mouth, things like this that aren't on the internet. So offline marketing affiliate strategy is to be able to allow the people who discover you through these offline ways like flyers and such, and that can still go to the store, purchase something, and you'll be credited for the sale. So the idea is to be able to ensure that everyone who buys something that you direct to the store can be assigned to you. And so that's where affiliate offline marketing comes in, is to fill the gap wherein you can still talk to people and have them go and hopefully still be able to get that sale logged as under your account. Now, the best way to do this is using your affiliate ID. Now, in most cases, other than flyers and things like this, you should almost always try to use online materials like your website or send the link in an email. It's better to have someone click a link than expect them to use your ID. Some people just may not do it, and so you might lose credit. And that's just the way that offline marketing will be. But using the strategies that I'm about to explain in this video, you'll be able to at least capture as much of that as possible. That's done through, again, your affiliate ID. Now, you'll notice here up in your standard linking code that there's a number here. 100 in this case. This is just a test account that I've created for demo purposes and testing. But everyone has a 3-digit ID. There's, I don't know, 20 people in the affiliate program right now, so it goes up to a maximum of 120. So whoever's listening to this, you'll have 101, 102, 103, etc., etc. There are times where you see in this page here where this is a campaign that I had up already. It's 100, my ID, plus -3. Just ignore that. It's only ever the 3-digit number that is your ID. Okay? Identifying that ID is very important. If anyone watching this video is not sure what is my ID, email me at thomas@synchronicity.org and ask me, is this my ID, and sending me the ID, and I'll confirm it for you if you're not certain. But you want to make sure you know what your ID is. In this case, it's not 100-3, it's just 100. You can see it up here. All the different links and banners and all this stuff over here in the marketing materials, it does things to the link, so it makes it so that it can direct people to the product that you want them to be directed to. So it makes your ID look like it might be different, but it isn't. So you can just be certain by looking at the standard linking code and seeing the 3-digit number right there. That's the ID. Very important to know what that ID is. So once you have that ID, then from there you have a couple of methods of what you're going to do with it. But let me show you something here first. Basically, let's say it was word of mouth. You could, let's say you're talking to someone named George and say, hey George, you know, the Recognitions program, blah blah blah, and they're all excited. Oh, I'd love to sign up for the Recognitions program. And you could just say, I'll send you an email with the information, in which case you would send them the online marketing link, the email link to it instead. That would be preferred. But if you'd rather just direct them to the store, direct them to the synchronicity.org website and tell them to click store at the top. Let me pull it up so you can see. You can direct them straight to the synchronicity.org site and tell them to click store in the menu, like this. Or you can just tell them to go to shop.synchronicity.org. Whatever works better for you. In any case, they get to this page. Now here, where it says referral ID, I chose to not call this affiliate ID. I chose to call this referral ID. I think it would make more sense to a customer. So you would say, you know, enter my ID, your ID, which in this example case is 100. Just tell them, enter my referral ID into the referral ID box. and then and then purchase your recognitions program. This will make sure that the sale goes through correctly, you could say, or however you want to word it to your people. It's entirely your choice. So then in this case, I put 100 into the referral ID. I click submit, and then it says entered successfully. I go back to the previous page. And there we are. So now any sales that happen basically by this computer, because I basically associated this computer, this browser, with that ID of 100. So now I could go buy the recognitions program, and you, the affiliate, will get the credit for the sale that I would be making now as your customer. So that's bottom line how it all works. Now, let me show you, and you can direct them here, but there are other scenarios. Let's say, for example, you want to have them sign up for the Circle of One, and remember, this is word of mouth. In this example case, you'd say, go to the synchronicity.org website, and go to the Circle. You can just say synchronicity.org/circle of one. It's, again, as I said before, it's better to send them a link in the email, which I explain in the online marketing methods. But if you can't, and this is for whatever reason what you need to do, offline method, you can direct them to this page, or if it's your flyer, put this link in the flyer text, big letter, visit to sign up for the Circle of One, visit synchronicity.org/circle of one. Then once they're here, they'll, join the circle, blah, blah, blah. I'll show you. Here again is the referral ID. You would say, basically, when you're signing up for the circle, as you're signing up, you will see a place to enter the referral ID. In which case, they will do it, put it in there, and click submit. Entered successfully. Which takes me back to the previous page. And now I would sign up. And I will get it. I have this on many pages, so if they didn't see it in one place, they'll see it in another. It's here, it's all over, so it'd be almost impossible not to see this. But there's always some that may not, so that's why I'm saying online methods are better, because they don't have to type anything. They click your link and it just works. Offline methods, they have to type your ID in. So I would just go through and that would work out. Now, recognitions, so that's the Circle of One, and I showed you the store itself, where to put it in for the store. Now let's say it's recognitions. Now recognitions is on the store. Okay, so they can buy it here. This is Rec 1 only on the store. You could send them a link directly to this page, but it's a long link. The longer the link, the harder it is for someone to type it. So you don't want someone to type that. But maybe you do. So in which case, nonetheless, the referral ID box is here on this page. They would just type in 100, click submit, and then they'll be able to, you'll get credit. Now, when someone is assigned to your account, let's say you send someone and they do this, or they used a link in the past, they'll be assigned to your account for a long time. There are situations wherein they would no longer be assigned, like let's say the affiliate system keeps track of them in multiple methods, and as long as one method matches, they'll be assigned to you. It tracks the IP address of their computer, basically the IP that was used to sign up. If that IP comes back to the website to buy something, you'll get credit for it. It doesn't, let's say it's a household. Let's say your house, you have 5 people living there. The first person used it. Everyone who buys something at the store will be marked as your affiliate, and you'll be credited for it. It doesn't really run out. There's no time limit on how long someone will be attributed to you. It just runs out because the IP addresses change periodically, and that depends on your service provider, the customer service provider. Another thing is cookies. It also tracks by a cookie. It stores a cookie on the person's computer that anytime someone comes to any of these sites, it checks to see if that cookie is there, and if it is, then which affiliate sent them, and then they'll get credit. So those two things, their IP address would have had to have changed, and the cookies would have had to have been removed. And cookies basically stay there indefinitely, except when someone erases their browsing history or this kind of thing, which is common. Or there's browser plugins that delete them on exit, and there's all kinds of scenarios where cookies are removed. So any of these things happen, then the affiliate would need to basically put in the ID again, and so that's why I say whenever you're directing a customer to sign up, even let's say you sign them up for Rec 1 6 months ago, they used your ID, you got the credit, blah blah blah. Now they're signing up for Rec 2, send them a new link. Say, oh, sign up for Rec 2 right here, and email it to them or whatever you want to do. Just here's my link. That way, in case their IP changed and their cookies were removed, they'll be attributed to you again each time. It's always good to just send them a new link. You could even tell them you could tell them in your flyer or whatever, say always just enter my ID. That way they just know to always just do it. Say enter 100 in the referral ID every time you're going to buy something to make sure the sale goes through correctly. And that's how that can work. Now this is Rec 1. Now what happens if you want them to buy Rec 2 through whatever it is? If they've already bought Rec 1 and they're a customer, actually, let me sign in as a test user on the school site. This is the school site, by the way, so okay. So if they've already bought Rec 1, that means they're already a member of the school. In which case, they should use your link, of course, to make sure that you get credit. Just in case their association with your account was removed by removing of cookies and IP changes. Again, that shouldn't happen very often. It can happen, and ultimately will happen. So that's why it's always good to get them in the habit of putting in your affiliate ID or having them use your link. So let's say 100. Boom. This is recognitions pages where they sign up, so it's also on the school site. And then you would get credit for this sale as well. And that's kind of offline marketing. That's at least one aspect of it. Let me give you an example of a flyer. What would a flyer look like? Let me just type in, let me just do a Google search. Marketing flyer. Let's just pretend let's just pretend that this was your flyer, right? And you were making a flyer, or let's say a business card or whatever, and this was, recognitions program. You would put here, the link that they'd have to go to. You can say shop.synchronicity.org or schoolofmodernspirituality.com, for the recognitions, or synchronicity.org /circle-of-1, and have them type that in, go to that site, and then say enter referral ID when checking out, and then you'll get credit for it. You can just put that right in your flyer. Yeah, so that pretty much takes care of that. There's another method, although it didn't quite take off as much as I think institutions would have preferred, but there's something called QR codes. QR codes are those things that you see occasionally that for offline marketing, or it's useful for offline marketing, wherein you could generate one of these things. The site has them. You just pick what you're trying to do, and you would put this in your flyer, this little abstract looking design, and then they would use their iPhone or Android to basically scan it. And it's just probably an app in the App Store. People can get these scanners if it's not built in. Some of them, they have their portable device scan that thing, and it takes them right to the page. And some people know what QR codes are, and they're looking for them. So it's not a bad idea to just have QR codes. Just put them everywhere, and that way it just makes it easier for some customers. And the easier you can make it, the better it is. It'll by someone scanning this, they instantly taken to the page, and you're given credit as them as your customer. So that's handy also. trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, another thing that would be useful is under this account, let's say this is your account, you go to, well, let me show you something here on the store, anywhere. If you can have a photograph of yourself or a logo, whatever you want, to have it appear here on the page. When someone puts your referral ID or they used a link, if you have in your affiliate account a picture set up for your account, your photo will show up on any page if someone's assigned to you. So it could be the logo of your site. So in order to make that work, it's really handy, because then, number one, they'll know that it'll increase trust, because they'll know that it's you. This is your thing. This is, it'll be a confirmation for them. They'll see you or your logo. And it creates continuity between your other website or your emails. When they click the link and come to this other website, there'll be continuity. They'll know that it's you. It would be very useful for you to have these set up. In order to do this, you go to, I believe, under my account, and you upload my logo. I have a logo set here. So you would have a logo in there, and then once I turn that feature on, the logo will appear here on the school. It'll appear here on the here in the online store, and in the recognitions area under when you're registering. Oh, wait a minute. On the school, it shows up. On the school, it shows up here. But then in the Circle of One logging out, it shows up in another place. Anyway, I have it show up everywhere. So if it's Circle, recognitions of the online store, if you have a logo set, your logo will appear all over the place for your cut or your picture of yourself or whatever you want to have appear that represents you. Just something that you feel that represents you, you add under my account, upload my logo, and it'll start appearing once I turn that feature on. And that should pretty much cover it. There's some advanced methods that I could have a video on, and I may, but between this video and the online marketing video that I did, it pretty much covers most things. So if you have any further questions, let me know what they are. Send the email with a question to thomas@synchronicity.org, and I will either just answer your question or make a new video to explain the answer to the question if it would benefit more people. Okay.